So for breakfast, we will be starting with a smoothie bowl. You can also put it in a cup, but this is everything that I'm going to be using today for my smoothie. First, with Oiko's yogurt, I'm just going to put the whole thing in. Next, we will be adding some blueberries. You just put as many as you want. Also, I have some mixed berries that I will be adding as well. Cinnamon, and a whole capful of Trilogy. I'm now adding some almond milk, and this is 1 scoop of protein. And this is collagen, which I use for my hair, so I'll also be adding 1 scoop of that. Time to blend. Now I put mine in a bowl and ate it with a spoon, but like I said before, you can definitely put it in a cup, which is exactly what I used to store the rest for later. And for lunch, we will be having tacos, which of course on keto you cannot have regular taco shells. So today we will be making taco shells out of solid cheese. And we grated 1/2 pound of cheese, which gave us enough for 10 taco shells, and we still had some leftover cheese to put on top of our tacos. So to make these taco shells, it can get a little complicated, but all you need is something to rest the taco shells on so they can get the curve that they need, which we used a pot and a wooden spoon to drape the tacos over it, which you will see later. And we have our cheese and our griddle, which we poured avocado oil all over the griddle, and I ended up wiping it, spreading it around with paper towel just to make sure everywhere was covered. So to make the actual shells, you want to put the cheese on the griddle in a thin layer in somewhat of a circular shape. And as you can see, we already have 1 taco shell made. As the edges start to become a golden brown color, you want to start lifting them up all the way around, just kind of seeing if they're ready to be flipped. Once you feel like they're strong enough to be flipped over, go ahead and flip them. And once they're flipped, they really don't need to sit on this side for very long before you drape them over the spoon. When they're finally ready to be draped over the spoon, you usually have to go and push on either side of the taco shell to form the taco shape. But these are kind of still really hot, so they kind of just fall over the spoon, which makes it easier. Once the formed taco shells are cooled down, you can grab them and see that they have held their shape and they are ready to go. And all that's left now is to get all your fixins to make your tacos and enjoy. For dinner, we will be having stuffed salmon, which I'm super excited about because it is so good. We will be making the stuffing real quick, and then we will get started. And before we stuff the salmon, we put a little bit of salt, pepper, and lemon juice just to give it a little more flavor on both sides of the fish. Now that we're ready to stuff it, we're going to cut the side of it with a knife, trying not to tear it totally open on the top, which of course, to stuff in the filling, I did end up tearing it just a little bit, but it still worked just the same. So you're gonna get your filling, and I tried to use a fork to put it in, but that just wasn't really working. So I ended up just using my hand and filling the inside, making sure that it made it all the way to the other side and was totally full, and then I got ready to cook it. Now, first I turned on the stove, and again I used my avocado oil and just put a little bit in the middle and spread it around before putting my fish in. And before flipping the fish over, I got started on some Brussels sprouts by just putting a little bag in the microwave. Looking good. While my Brussels sprouts were still hot, I went ahead and put some Kerrygold butter in with them just to add some more flavor, along with some salt and pepper. Time to eat. Thanks for watching.